Smoking on some gas, blow it down like it's prescription. Counting currency and contemplating about commission. Blocking haters off around me, there's a restriction. Never was a snake, but I squeeze with constriction. Never start a problem, but I finish with conviction. When I get to spitting, all facts is non-fiction. I know the money coming, goddamn, my palm itching. Trying to stop my plays, but you ran with wrong vision. Natural born winner, so I'm winning this division. But winning Super Bowl's the only thing that I envision.
Yo, what's goody, mob? It's your boy Fuego Fifth coming at you with another giant report. And ain't even no need to waste no time with it. Let's get right into it. So, as you guys probably already know, it's after 4 o'clock. And we ain't got nothing signed. Reportedly, the sides were still far apart from each other on getting anything worked out, as far as with the New York Giants as a franchise and Saquon Barkley as the individual. Now, where do we go from here? As the great late Tupac would say, where do we go from here? Hey, Saquon Barkley, I'ma just be honest with you. I'ma just keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think you're being a bit greedy. From now I know all of these reports can't be lies. All of these reports just can't be lies, man. I remember you on a report last week. You put up the double cap, so you calling cap on one of the reported reports. But there's been multiple reports of contract offers to you, and nothing got done. So with that, it's fair, especially after it being 4 o'clock and nothing happening. I can be in the proper assumption of you declining those things. Now, I'm not the fly on the wall in the room when these things are being discussed, but I do know that there have been multiple reports of offers being given to you. Now, Saquon, I think you're a great guy. I think you're a outstanding running back. When you're on the field and when you're healthy, I believe you're all that in a bag of chips. You are like that whenever you're at your best, at the top of your game. But listen, Saquon, I feel as though you're pushing it, man. I think you're overplaying your hand, man. I really think you're overplaying your hand, my guy. And I love you. Like you're one of my top 5 players on the New York Giants. And like I stated earlier, look, I'm a New York Giant fan first. I bleed blue, and that's that. When it comes to these individuals and stuff like that, I want them to get their bag, but I want them to get what's in the best interest for the team. We can't just be like, oh, Saquon Barkley had over 1,300 yards. He had 10 touchdowns. We need to just sacrifice some of our cap just to keep him here. That's the reason why we had to get Joe Shane in the first place, because Dave Gettleman was doing that. Jerry Reese back in 2016, he did that. He did that with multiple players. He was just handing money out. Hell, I wish I played for the Giants during that time, because I could have got some of that money. He was just giving the money out, trying to boost the defense up, and all we did was get a first-round exit in the wild card to the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, the production didn't match the dollar sign that we put out for that. And as much as, I'm really getting tired of this narrative. I'm really getting, and it just comes from people who don't actually sit down and watch the game from first quarter to second quarter, take their smoke and drink during halftime, right back when the kickoff for the third quarter and the fourth quarter, and see how the game ends. I'm one of those type of fans. I watch the game all the way through. I don't just watch Red Zone. I don't just watch the highlights when the game is over. I don't just watch Stephen A. Smith on First Take on Monday. You know what I'm saying? I don't just watch Nick Wright on First Things First in the afternoon on Monday. You know what I'm saying? I don't just watch Undisputed. Like, I actually sit down and watch these games. And I'm going to tell you one thing. The Giants' success is not just because of Saquon Barkley. I'm going to say that again. It is not just because of Saquon Barkley. That narrative has to be stopped. If you actually sit and watch these games, you will know. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from Saquon, because Saquon definitely had his footprint and his imprint on our success last year. He did. But to go as far as to say that he's the only reason why we were winning. Now, you got me if you say he was our best weapon. Okay, yes. I mean, but that was because we didn't have any weapons. That was because Dave Gettleman had us in a bad cap situation. That's why Joe Shane had to come over, and last year was cleanup duty. Like I said in the last video, like he was like the coach during hurricane season after Katrina came. He's scooping up the dirt out the gym. He trying to get the goals and stuff fixed so the kids can practice. And he got to find a new team. He got to find new players here and there. This, that, and the third. It was a cleanup job. So what we did last year was way more expected than what we should have done. A team with only a 16% chance to make it to the playoffs. And we made it to, not only did we make it to the playoffs, we won a playoff game against a 13-win team. There's no way you can just say it was just Saquon. We didn't just hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley every single play. Now, did he get a lot of carries for a running back? Did he get a lot of touches for a player on our team? Yes, of course he did. He was our best option on offense because we had no other options. We had no other options. In the first half of the season, we lost Wan'Dale Robinson. We lost Sterling Shepard week 3. Who else did we lose? We lost Daniel Bellinger against the Jags when they tried to gouge his eye out. And, you know what I'm saying, he missed time. We lost key pieces. We lost key pieces. And we force-fed the ball to Saquon because that was all we had. It's a difference between force-feeding Saquon and us not having weapons to do things with other people. I mean, we spread the ball. We did spread the ball as much as we can with James and Slayton, and we got Isaiah Hodgins late in the season, and we saw what he started doing and what he can do for us this season. We got we picked up Darren Waller. I don't even just say Ty. He's a playmaker. Dude is a playmaker. He's like that. He is like that. He's like that. We got him. We picked up Paris Campbell. We picked up who else did we pick? We got Jalen Hyatt in the draft. Like we still got Daniel Bellinger. He's back. He's out, and we saw what he started doing for us when he came back. He's an efficient type. We got things to still keep this train going. Now Saquon, and I had to go on that little rant because I have to remind people. People be saying all this stuff with Saquon Barkley, but don't apply context to it. Saquon Barkley, yes, Saquon Barkley is a great running back. He is. When he gets the ball in his hand and he gets past the first line of defense, he's great. He's great. But like I said, I sit down and I watch these games, and there are a lot of times with Saquon Barkley where when he doesn't get past the first line of defense, it kind of cripples the team because we're force feeding him the ball because he's Saquon Barkley. He's the most exhilarating athlete and player on our team, supposedly. And we're trying to force feed him the ball. We're trying to hand the ball off to him on first and second down. And when he's not breaking off for a long run, all we're doing is getting 1 and 2 yard pickups. And this is not the slight Saquon. I'm just keeping stuff in its proper perspective. There goes that phrase again. Proper perspective. That's all I'm doing. Saquon Barkley, you're overplaying your hand, man. We offered you multiple contracts. Multiple contracts. You can say that one last week was cap, but I refuse to believe that we did not offer you multiple contracts. We did that. I refuse to believe that they didn't do that. These reports wouldn't just be coming out about these multiple contracts that we gave to you. All of that can't be capped, man. We can't just be making this stuff up. Because deep down, I know the Giants wanted to keep you. I know Joe Shane and Brian Daboll would have loved to keep you. But when it comes to the cap and business side of this, Saquon, it doesn't make sense to break the bank for you. Especially when you've only been healthy. So this is your 5th year coming up. You've only been healthy for 2 of the last 4 years that you actually played. That's it. You was your rookie year, you won rookie of the year. 2019, you had injuries. 2020, you hurt your ankle. So yeah, it is 5 years. 2020, you tore your ACL. 2021, you came back after the game against New Orleans. You hurt your ankle, you missed time, and you come back and you couldn't run us into the playoffs. Even though after that game, Daniel Jones got hurt and won that game with us against the Eagles with a broken neck. We were only 1 game out the wild card position, and you couldn't run us into the playoffs. And then last year, you had the 1,310 touchdown season. So out of all of that time, you only had 2 healthy seasons and 2 majorly productive seasons. And you want them to break the bank on you on that? Why couldn't you have just taken the deal that they gave you, man? You letting that Pro Bowl get to your head, man. Yes, you earned that Pro Bowl. You did. But that don't mean that we have to break the bank as an organization, break the bank on you because you made a Pro Bowl. This was your first successful season since 2018. Why would they do that? Who would do that? That's not wise. That's not wise, man. That's not wise. From to you, it might seem like it. And to people who are individuals and who only like individuals on their team, and there's a lot of them on the Giants, they're going to look at it from that perspective. And that's not the way it needs to go. I'm a team guy. I've always been like that with the Giants. I'm a team guy. I want what's best for the team. Now, Saquon, you got a couple more options, man. You only got a couple options. Either you're going to play on the tag, which it sounds like you don't want to do. And if you don't, okay, life goes on. We got to move on with life. We're not going to sit here and cry and boo-hoo about it. Life goes on. Or you're going to sit out. Or you're going to sit out for the season. You're going to miss game checks. You're going to be losing money. You're going to be losing being on the field. You're going to lose that groove. You know, like it's a lot of cons going towards you missing the season versus you playing. I mean, me personally, if I was you at this point in time right now, well, before this point in time, I would have taken the contract. And I know that's easy for me to say because I'm a regular guy. I work just like the average person. I go to work. I'm not in the NFL where I can get these big contracts and big time money and I have agents in my ears telling me this, that, and the third. I get it. I'm different. I understand. I'm willing to accept that. But if it was just me, IMO, in my opinion, I would have taken. You got longevity, and you're getting a certain guaranteed amount of money. Like I can't wait till it comes out to see what it is that you were asking for. I want to know what you were asking for so bad. Because the reports that I've seen that the Giants have gave you, they were trying to do you good, man. Close to $14 million. Boomer reported that last week. There were reports going around that they were willing to offer you close to $14 million. Bro, $14 million, that would easily make you the 3rd highest paid running back. Or the set, I can't remember. I know it's Christian McCaffrey, then Alvin Kamara. And I'm pretty sure that would have made you the 3rd highest paid running back. Come on, man, for a running back who missed 3 of the last 5 years on with injury-riddled seasons. I wouldn't say missed time, and 1 season where you missed, and only 2 seasons where you were productive. Now those 2 seasons you were productive. You were very productive. But how can you expect the Giants and the organization to put all of that trust that you're going to repeat this again with no injuries, no setbacks? Come on, man. And another thing, I'm tired of hearing people. Let's put this in perspective as well. I'm tired of hearing people talk about and try to throw Daniel Jones in this. Listen, even if Daniel Jones didn't get signed to this contract, they still was not going to sign Saquon Barkley to that contract. They're not going to break the bank on him because the market is not there for them to do that. The market is the market for a reason. They're not going to break that threshold. I mean, and to be honest with you, they tried to. I take that back. They did with the reported offers. They broke the threshold, man. The average. What I saw this the other day, the average yearly salary. What it is, I saw it was 10 million for a quarterback. I mean, for a running back. And last year it was about 11 million for a quarterback. Running back. I'm thinking about. I got Daniel Jones because I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of everybody who don't like Daniel Jones trying to take their anger out on Daniel Jones because he got paid and then he didn't even get paid. He didn't even break the bank. Daniel Jones is the 7th or 8th highest paid quarterback. That's nowhere near the top. It's not near the top. That's around that area, which is a wise, especially for somebody like Daniel Jones. He only got 2 years guaranteed on the contract. So that even the following 2 years on this 4-year contract is not guaranteed. If Daniel Jones happens to not be, which I don't think that's going to happen, if Daniel Jones happens to not be and progress the way they want to, they can get out of that. If we sign Saquon Barkley to what he's wanting and what he's trying to get, we're stuck with him. And if he doesn't produce, if he gets hurt, like his track record says that he has been, if he's not breaking off these long runs, if he's not able to get past the first line of defense and get out to the open field, that's when Saquon Barkley is at his best. Now, Skip Bayless used to say that all the time. When I listen to Undisputed, that's his one knock on him. That Saquon Barkley is like, he's not I guess I would say he's not as consistent when it comes to picking up yards per play all the time. Saquon Barkley is a big play back. He got to make a big play. That's where he makes his money at on the field. Now that is in no way taking no slight. Now last year Saquon did get better with running between the tackles and the guards and making stuff happen and just moving forward instead of bouncing and dancing. I do give him that. But listen, the Giants were trying to give you room for improvement. They were trying to give you something to, hey, let's see more of this. Let's see more of this. They were trying to do that with you, Saquon, and you turned it down. You didn't want it. It's past 4 o'clock. It's 5:41 right now, Eastern time, where I'm at right now. I just got off from work and I had to get on, like I had to do this. I was waiting for this day, and honestly, my gut feeling was telling me, ever since I made my last video last week, my gut feeling was telling me that it wasn't going to happen. Because we have an adequate general manager who's not going to just throw money just to throw money. He's not just giving money to somebody because of their name. What about we need to see how you've been up until this point. What has happened with you? Like I've stated earlier, like in the past 5 years, you've only been healthy and ultimately productive for 2 seasons out of 5. 2018 rookie of the year, 2019 injuries, ankle, leg injuries and stuff like that. You're missing out on part of the season. 2020, you tear your ACL, and granted that the NFC East was terrible that year, but at the same time, we still had a chance to make it to the playoffs that year. We actually did everything we needed to do to get to the playoffs. We beat Dallas in that last game, but then the Eagles decided to throw the game because I guess they couldn't stand seeing the Giants get into the playoffs versus them, which was definitely some soft stuff right there, some very soft on the Eagles. I still can't stand the Eagles for that. In 2021, You hurt your ankle on some fluky stuff after we beat the Saints and we went to Dallas. You caught the pass up, you caught the pass in the middle of the field and you mess around and step on somebody's ankle. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of them fluky injuries, but at the same time, we have to take that into consideration, Saquon. And of course, you had last year, a great year last year. I don't, I keep reiterating and I keep touching on that because this is what the general manager is basing this off of and the amount of cap that we have. We can't just give you all the money. We can't just give you all of this money going in, and we're still rebuilding. Like the Giants are still rebuilding. Just because the Giants made it to the playoffs last year, that don't mean that we're still not trying to build and get better. We have things we have to work on. We need to get this offensive line straight. You hear me? You feel me? We got to have some cap for just in case people get hurt and we got to pick people up throughout the middle of the season. People going on IR. We got to make sure we got this stuff, man. We can't just give you all of this money and it doesn't feel like a safe investment. Saquon, like I stated earlier, I feel as though you overplayed your hand with this one. And I hope you don't wind up being in a Le'Veon Bell situation. It's ironic. It's funny because I just saw today how reports just came out about how Le'Veon Bell just came out and said he pretty much regrets sitting out. And it was wrong. He apologized to Steelers fans about doing that. And look where his career wound up going. Look where it wound up going. And the Steelers, they offered him a great contract. They offered him a good contract, but obviously to him, it wasn't good enough. He felt as though he was being undervalued. I guess kind of like how you're feeling right now, Saquon Barkley. I mean, y'all two different men, y'all two different people, two different entities. As far as that aspect, him sitting out, that's the only thing I'm really comparing. You could sit out and then come back like Barry Sanders, or you could sit out and you could have the same results as him. But it's a toss-up. You just don't really know. And I know you're a workaholic. You work out. I love your work ethic. I love what you do. But Saquon, you got to understand, we're doing this as a team. We're trying to build and get together as a team. It's not David Ruffin and the Temptations. This is not Saquon Barkley and the Giants. It's the New York Giants all together. It's not just you. It's not just you we got to worry about, man. We got to make sure our team is in the best position to be as successful as it can be. Now, if you sit out Saquon, Dalvin Cook on the market, Leonard Fournette is on the market, Kareem Hunt on the market. I like our 5th round pick in Eric Gray. I love that pickup. I actually want to see him get some burn if you decide that you want to sit out. We still got Matt Breida. We got Gary Brightwell. We got some things to do. It might be, and we just never know. Gary Brightwell, I believe he's in his 3rd year. Eric Gray, he's going to be a rookie. Matt Breida, he gives us that veteran presence. Saquon, man. Come on, man. You overplaying your hand, bro. You overplaying your hand. I don't care what Stephen A. Smith say. I don't care what all of them say. It is more to the Giants than just Saquon Barkley. Last year, we force-fed him because we didn't have options. Because, like I said, Joe Shane was doing cleanup duty. It just is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm pretty sure they feel as though that they feel comfortable in the direction that the Giants are going with or without Saquon Barkley. And I stand behind it because, like I said, I'm a team first guy. I don't do individuals. Saquon, your best bet, if you really want to stay and keep stuff and stay in your groove and everything, you probably just gonna have to play on the franchise tag, man. And that's if you don't come to camp and all of this stuff, and you think you could just put on some pads and a helmet the week of the week we play Dallas week 1, you gonna have another thing coming, man. Brian Dable ain't gonna play that. Joe Shane ain't playing that. We getting the next man ready to go and face Dallas week 1. With or without you. So Saquon, you need to get it together. You overplayed your hand. You had multiple times to get the deal done, and you didn't do it. You didn't do it. And you know what? I stand behind Joe Shane. I stand behind what he's doing. I love what he's doing, because if it was Dave Gettleman would have probably reset the market with you. He probably would have gave you 17 million, 18 million, just to keep you happy because you were touched by the hands of God. Well, lately it seems like you've been touched by the training staff, because that's where you've been 3 of the past 5 years. You've only had 2 successful seasons. I keep reiterating that. This is why. There's reasons why. The media and these people, man, they say stuff they say stuff off of the surface. They only have surface value. Our general manager, our organization, our team and franchise, we dive deep. We dig deep. We get all of the reports. We do all of this stuff, man. We're not just saying stuff and doing stuff because it looks and sounds good. We have to do what's best for the team. And if you don't want to take that money that they were willing to give you, guess what, Saquon? We're going to put that money into something else to help better this team. Look, Saquon, I loved you since we drafted you. And look, I wish you the best, man. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. But please understand that we are moving as a unit over here. We're not doing things as individuals. And you can try to say, what other people got paid, that has nothing to do with you and where your market stands and where the value of the running back comes in. You can't compare yourself to other people because y'all don't play the same position. And 14 million, if that's what was offered to you, Saquon, that was fair, man. That was fair. And if you turned it down, that's on you. That's on you. Us as the Giants, we're going to move forward as an organization. And if you think that we're just going to be hogwash just because you're not there, man, look, just wait and see. Just wait and see. But that's it. It's finito. I'm about to go ahead and end this. It's a wrap. I went on for about 27 minutes. I'm about to wrap this up. Keep your ears peeled. I said keep your ears peeled. Keep your ears pierced. Look out for my channel. Look out for my videos. If you could, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. This is slowly growing into something that I'm doing more consistently and often whenever news comes out. And I hope you guys like and subscribe. I really do. But I'm going to keep doing me regardless. I'm going to keep putting things in proper perspective. That's what I do. Proper perspective. That's what I'm going to keep doing. So, look. Like I said, like and subscribe. I'm going to be here for the next big thing. We about to go into training camp. Rookie's about to be reporting soon. We about to head into training camp. We can't be caught up in all of this Saquon Barkley mess. We need to worry and focus about what we're going to do as a team. Like I said, that's it. I'll holler at you next time.
Girl, Hendrix made this beat.
Bitch, you lying if you ain't heard of me. All that hating when they talking, it ain't hurting me. Nah, I'ma always be good, and that's with certainty. I'ma get to the currency, make it currently. I can see me on stage where all the curtains be. If it's a problem, niggas pull up like emergency. They get rid of you quick, do shit with urgency. Niggas shooting they shot, then leave you burgundy. You think I'm murking me?